Hey folks, Brother Sam here with Destiny by Design, Lesson 21. The Power of a Genuine Smile. And you'd be surprised. Your smile can be much more powerful than you might suspect. Long ago, someone asked the late Charles Schwab what the secret to his tremendous success was, and his answer was, he said it was his smile. And those who wrote about him often said that he had a brilliant and engaging smile. Now, we can safely say there was probably more to him than just a great smile. He was apparently an amazing businessman, but we can we can also understand that he and many other highly successful people like him do acknowledge the vital importance of a smile. And the fact that they acknowledge it as vital is probably something we shouldn't ignore. A good smile can break down indifference, can turn a bad mood around, or can just let someone know that the world's not all bad. Because a smile communicates openness, it communicates friendliness and good intent. Now, do people always have good intentions when they smile? No, and then some people have a creepy smile because they are creepy and bad. I knew a guy who used to smile, and his smile just kind of creeped me out because there was dishonest intent behind it. And his smile didn't really match what he was doing, but that's another subject. When people smile at times that are really not appropriate, it doesn't make sense that he's smiling. There's reasons for that. But a good and genuine smile can break down indifference. It can change things. And in fact, I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, I had to go to a meeting at that was at the Chamber of Commerce in a town I had never been to, or I'd driven through it, but I never spent any time in that town. I don't think. And I think it was Oshawa, Ontario. Either that or Whitby, one of those. Maybe I don't know if it's called Oshawa Whitby now, but anyway, I wasn't familiar with the town. I did find the Chamber of Commerce, and I needed to feed a parking meter because every place to park had a meter, and the meter had a little bit of time left on it, but I needed to make sure I fed that meter, and I didn't want to risk valuable time because I had to be at that meeting at a certain time to see for myself where I could be able to make some change. I had to find a way to get change for the meter very quickly because I looked across the street and there was the parking enforcement guy writing tickets, and he looked right at me, made eye contact with me like, "You're next." And I was like, "Oh man, I better get some change because this guy is itching to give me a ticket." And so I strolled over to the reception desk of the building that I went into, which is the Chamber of Commerce building, and I saw a group of young women there, and they were at the front desk, and they were having apparently a very lively conversation. Couldn't hear what they were talking about. They're talking, not particularly loud, so I couldn't specifically hear what they were talking about, but they seemed to be enjoying themselves. And as I approached, their lively conversation became very quiet, and their faces became serious because they didn't know who this strange man walking into the building was. And I'm actually often told I'm a somewhat imposing figure, even though I'm kind of small. I'm short, but I'm very broad-shouldered, and I have a big chest, and I look very serious most of the time. And because of back problems, I lean forward a little bit when I walk, and I have a bit of a limp, and people think I look like a tough guy, and I've been told I'm a scary guy. Oh man! But anyway, when I got closer, I smiled, and I said, "Good morning." And they all smiled back, seeming to be relieved that I appeared to be friendly. And I said, "I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. It sure seemed interesting." And I smiled again. And one of them smiled. She said, "Well, it's Friday." And then I smiled again at them. And they all laughed. I laughed with them. 2 minutes later, I walked away with change for a five as one of the ladies insisted on making change for me. And I'm about 5'4". Like I said, I'm broad-shouldered. I've got a bit of, well, they kind of fixed my nose a little bit. My nose is more crooked back then. I've got I've got a scar on my face. It doesn't show through the beard that much, but I didn't have a beard at the time. And I walk with a bit of a limp, so I can't say I skated by on my good looks. And yet, a simple smile made my day a bit easier. That saved me a bunch of time and effort. Now, why was this? Because very often the seeming indifference of people is really more like an emotional defensive stance. They don't know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know whether you're good or bad or friendly or malevolent. And now there are some people who will remain sour even after you've smiled at them. I've had that happen too many years ago. I worked in this little newsstand and I smiled and said good morning. This woman was like, "What are you smiling at?" She was mean. But apparently she was mean to everybody. Nobody liked her, I don't think. Uh, so you will get people like that once in a while. But with normal people, a genuine smile makes a world of difference. And we'll talk about what constitutes a genuine smile in a moment. But some people will remain sour after a good smile. But more often than not, people will smile back because a good smile conveys friendly intent. Now notice I'm saying a good smile, a genuine smile. Some people will tell you to smile with your whole face. Because some people don't. They'll smile like this. And you see this, you see people sometimes even in their wedding pictures. It's like, man, this person does not look happy. This is not a genuine smile because you don't see any movement in the cheeks or the eyes. It's just, that's not a genuine smile. That's a forced smile. A genuine smile, you're going to see a little bit of crinkling here. The cheeks are going to move up. It involves the entire face. Like I won't try to do it now because I don't want it to be insincere. Okay, there's a genuine smile. But you see the difference. So I have to say a good smile, and I won't say your smile involves your whole face. Your smile really should involve your whole body, because your body posture and your body language is going to convey a lot. Because if I smile at you but I got my arms folded, this is closed body language. This implies a guardedness or possibly hostility, maybe even aggression. So if I'm smiling at you while I got my arms folded, that doesn't convey the same message. When I smiled at those young women, I did it with my arms down and kind of, out to my sides a little bit, and because that's open body language. And I will admit, like I said, I kind of, walk like a tough guy. And it's nothing macho, I just have some spine injuries, and so walking is a little awkward for me sometimes, especially when the weather's damp. But once I'm ready to engage people, what I do is I stop, I set my shoulders back, I spread my hands, palm outwards, and for that moment I focus on my good intentions toward the person or the people in front of me. And with the young ladies that I previously mentioned, what I did at that moment was I thought to myself that they reminded me of my three sisters. So to me, at least at that moment, the young ladies at the desk with their little gossip party going on, they were kind of cute and childlike to me. And that's when I let the smile loose. And so I gotta say, always. So that made it much easier to smile, because I'm thinking, oh, they're just so cute. I didn't tell them that, but to me, they seemed cute and childlike. And so always use open body language when you smile. Fully face the other person or people if possible. A smile that's accompanied, like I said, by folded arms or a stooped posture may come across as a leer, which is not friendly. Especially if you're a man smiling at a woman. You don't want to do that. So relax. If you tense up, your smile will not come across as genuine, and it won't come across as natural either, even though your intentions may be good. So don't tense up. Relax. People will take it as a sign of duplicity. And let me give you some basic rules for a good smile. The first is be genuine, which should be kind of obvious, but we're going to say it. Be genuine. While some people can put up a good front, most people can't. Most of us are not as mysterious as we think we are. To paraphrase an old saying, you're not as mysterious as you think you are. Just be yourself. The other thing is, like I said before, smile with your whole body. Let your body language reflect the wholesomeness of your intention. relax. That's number 3. Odds are the person in front of you might be nervous, apprehensive, or maybe they even just had a bad day. And your smile just might be the thing that'll make it a little bit better. And I've seen that happen too, where this person just looked like they were just really sour and just looked probably mean or whatever. And I gave them the good smile, and they kind of perked up because probably nobody smiled at them at that all day. I might have been the first person to smile at them. And you also never know what people might be going through. Another thing you want to do is to practice your smile, and I don't mean this to try to create a fake smile, but rather get used to smiling normally and naturally. Smile at people just because, unless it's a kind of an inappropriate situation. But it doesn't cost you anything to smile at somebody. And I try to do this often because I'm in my case I'm kind of serious and kind of stoic, and like I said, people think I look like a tough guy, and so I have a natural tendency toward frowning. So if you're a frowner like me, make a point of smiling at just about everyone you see, as long as it's appropriate to do so. While your smile alone is not enough to guarantee you success in life, it is certainly going to go a long way in helping to build rapport. Because you need rapport in order to even have an opportunity to establish a relationship. There has to be some kind of rapport. And relationships ultimately are a big part of success in anything, whether it's business or even the kingdom. You're going to need relationships. David needed Jonathan. Saul needed David. Who knows what would have happened in the kingdom if David didn't come along and take care of that giant for him. You see what I'm getting at? So, smile. Brother Sam signing out for now.